This is always the time of year to be looking for some of those early season stand reducing pests, especially if you've got a field that's emerging kind of slowly. You know, with those pests, it's all about the conditions while that crop is coming out of the ground. And it's usually when we get kind of cool and wet as the crop is emerging that we see problems with things like seed corn maggot, you know, white grubs in some cases, wireworms in some cases, depending on where you're at, grape colaspis, you know, on certain soil types, lighter soil types generally for us. Similar with black cutworm and true armyworm, and it's not that the cool conditions favor these insects. They don't really. These insects, like most insects, they like it to be a little bit warm. But when you slow that crop down, it leaves it in a vulnerable stage for a longer period of time. And that's when the injury from those insects really starts to have an effect. Whereas if you've got a crop that's coming out of the ground fast, you can have the same number of insects feeding on it and it doesn't matter because it's growing fast enough. It gets to that V3, V4, V5 stage, or you know, in corn, similar type stages in soybean, you start to get a few true leaves on it. And now that plant is large enough that it doesn't really matter if black cutworm comes and chews on it or if grape colaspis is picking off a few root hairs here and there. At that point, that plant's big enough it can tolerate that injury, and it doesn't matter anymore.